What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl. We are down here, girl. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by. I don't know what we're talking about, girl. I have no idea. I don't know what is going on, but I did say some things. These are probably just going to be like random topics, no real like they're all random. You're probably like, Erica, they're all random. Yeah, they really are all random. So I'm down here with my cafe, my mota, and and no, this is the one that has color to it, and I don't want the one that has color. Here's the one that does not have color. I think I have a lot of enough lip dew on. Do we want to add a little color? It's literally the same color as my lips. Can you see it? That's the color. So it doesn't really have a color, but it's like a little tint to it. You know what I'm saying? So I have my little reefer, and I have my little so let's see what's going on down to the blogs, honey.
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you
something. We could talk about stuff that I saved, that I just saved this morning, these random things that I saved and left a comment on. Let's see. Did you like the video yet? Please like the video. YoGotti and Angela Simmons quietly split amid rumors and career pressures. After more than 2 years together, rapper YoGotti and entrepreneur Angela Simmons have reportedly ended their relationship. The couple, who confirmed their romance in 2022, have quietly gone their separate ways, according to the source close to them. Insiders suggest that the breakup was influenced by YoGotti's demanding schedule and the challenges of maintaining a long distance relationship. Additionally, online speculation about his closeness with artist Glorilla may have added strain, though there is no credible evidence of any romantic involvement between them. Well, you know how the heteros, if they see a man and a woman together, they have to be screwing. It's nothing else happening between a man and a woman but some screwing. Anyways, that's what the people think. That's not always true, right? Angela reportedly felt that she was investing more effort into the relationship. Wow, that's different. A woman putting in the most effort in a romantic, intimate relationship with a cisgender, heterosexual male human being? What? That's so odd. That is unheard of. She felt like she was investing more effort into the relationship. Wow, that's different. And expressed concerns over YoGotti's availability. The decision to part ways was described as a mutual, respectful, and both parties choosing to focus on their individual paths. And that's literally what you're supposed to do, focus on your individual path. Neither YoGotti nor Angela Simmons have publicly commented on the split. Angela has been active on social media, sharing solo endeavors, while YoGotti continues to focus on his music career and business ventures. You good? She went like this. I told you, she has like a little congestion, but she had her medicine this morning. Hey, girl, she had her medicine. You good? All right, girl. So, what do y'all think about Angela and YoGotti? Did we think that they were gonna grow old together?
I just, girl, stop.
No. Never be with a man who chased you and you declined for years. The great exam of a man just be wanting to experience you. He don't want to be with you after that. Nah, they split because things about to get real in the field. All them murders are about to come knocking on his door. Smart move. He must really love her not to drag her through the drama that's about to come. Girl, he don't love her. Girl, he does not love her. Stop romanticizing this bullshit. Probably can't say bullshit down to the Instagram. But I've been using the F word and everything else in my comments. I don't get I don't get, unless somebody reports it. He wanted her. He got her and the fire fizzled out. Right. It's like I always see like a cat. Have you ever seen a cat before it kills a mouse? Have you ever seen a cat play with a mouse? Like literally, have you ever watched it like in real life? I have. I've seen it several times. If you have a cat and you live anywhere near any fields or something, you'll see a cat messing with a mouse. And they play with it, patting it, tapping it. They play with the mouse, and the mouse is just like, girl, what we doing? We partying out here. The mouse is like, yeah, like Rose Nyland down to the Golden Girls, right? Girl, she released his ass to the community. Shout out to Rodney the Voice. This is his merch. Release him to the community. I probably need to wear this shirt, and then tomorrow I'm gonna wear Yes All Men. And then the next one, what's the next one say? Protect your energy. And the next one, Off with his head, bitch. All of them. All of them. We go wear them every day. It's our uniforms, okay? Release his ass back to the community. It says release him back to the community. If I wear this shirt in public, people be looking at me like, what does she mean? And some people be like, don't you love I love a conversation starter. That's why we make shirts. Anyways, we see a cat and a mouse play together. It'd be patting it, bopping it, playing with it. Right? They think the mouse thinks that cat is its friend. No. Then all of a sudden you see the cat with a tail hanging out of its mouth. What happened to the mouse? The cat ate it. We loudly don't give a damn. She seemed like she was trying to be somebody she's not with him. I could be wrong. It was giving Nunu. Y'all, they typed Angela to show you he isn't following Angela. And the other Angela popped up because he's following her. Damn, y'all slow. Really don't think she was into him anyway. No shade. It just didn't give. Plot twist. The whole time they still together, just keeping the public out their business. Nah. Be quiet. Exactly. They do negative and quick to want to tear people down. No, you guys are quick to hold on and clinch on to a fantasy like a rose bush. Y'all be holding on to the rose bush because it's pretty. It's pretty. It's romantic. That's what girls be doing, child. So what y'all think, Angela? Remember when Angela would? Girl, remember when Angela took those pictures, those sexy pictures, and we were like, girl, what is going on with Angela? You know, Angela is a Virgo. That smells so good. Sometimes you just light it just to smell it. You know how you do wine? You know how y'all do wine? You wine drinkers and you put it in your mouth and you're like, that's how it is with the reefer when you first light it up. You gotta smell it. I don't know what to say. A girl, make up. I mean, break up. People break up every day. This info came out because he's about to live his best life in Dubai for his birthday. Comments definitely slow. They typed Angela and only Black China, whose name is Angela, came up. They been broke up. She knew his ass was going to jail. And this is why you don't give fans the time or the day. He ain't trying to get married and settle down. She is. No, she actually isn't. A lot of the girls be doing stuff like literally, and then like when they're in it and they won't tell anybody. I wish they would talk more. I wish the women, like I said, the women, I want a television show. Where's Carlos King? I think I talked too much shit about Carlos King for him to give me a show. But he's too much of a pick me to actually focus on women who knew that they fucked up when they were walking down the aisle. Oops, wrong aisle is the name of the television show. Yeah, you walk down the aisle and on your wedding day, bitch, you knew the day before, you knew you should not have been getting married. You knew you were making a big mistake. We need a television show about that. Instead of romanticizing the bullshit, let's talk about the girls who knew they fucked up. Oh, you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up, right? Girl walking down the aisle in her head. How many of y'all have experienced it? Where you say, girl, I know this ain't gonna last. Girl, girl, I don't put up with people for too long. I don't. You give a motherfucker a chance, but as soon as they start showing you, and anyways, I don't even respect these niggas. I think they're all dumb. So that'd be part of the problem. As I be thinking these niggas is dumb. But I'm always right that they are mostly dumb, and the majority of them do not deserve access to you. Listen to this. Listen to this woman. I follow her on Instagram. Her name is Miss Nina Stella, and some of you probably follow her. She has like 19.5 thousand followers on Instagram, and somebody reposted this video of her on their page. I want you to hear what she says. The caption said, "This is why women are suffering." So let's listen to her and talk about it.
Okay, so here's what's happening, and this is one of the main reasons that women are suffering. The way you view men, the way you view relationships in the world, it is entirely wrong. Now, my brain thinks visually and in analogy, so I just took off my glasses, right? As we are being raised by society, our parents, and culture, it tells us what is important and it tells us how to view the world. It says you want male validation. It says you need and desire the love of a man. And when a man tells you who and what you are, you take that in and you say, okay, this is how I build my sense of self. Many of you are incredible, but because this planet is so messed up, you are partnering with men who do not deserve you, and you become so wounded by some.
Who does that sound like? Who does that sound like?
That is less than you. I cannot accurately explain how truly tragic that is. Imagine being a divine light being, and you're born on a planet and you are attracted to the opposite gender, but that gender is so dysfunctional. But everything in your culture and society normalizes it. And now you need this dysfunctional thing to love you. And that love is supposed to tell you something about yourself, but you can never really get it. And each man you meet wounds you. Do you understand how tragic that is? Now let's imagine one day you put on some glasses, and these glasses correct your vision and they show you exactly what the hell everything is. So here is what we have been doing as women. We have been looking at everything wrong to the degree that we have been pedestalizing men and reducing ourselves. What would happen if you had an entirely new vision and a new way of looking at life where you elevated yourself, you saw your own divinity and your own greatness, and now you're looking at men and you say to them, you have to prove something to me. If you are going to enjoy my body, if you are going to enjoy spending your life with me, you have to show me something, because I know and love myself so well that I will not allow someone into my life who is not worthy, because I know what the cost of that is. And the cost of that is losing the idea of myself. The
Or your life,
cost
girl.
is insanity. And I'm using that word because a lot of us have been driven insane by men who should never have had the privilege of doing life with us. The cost is you don't even get to fulfill your purpose. Whatever you came here to do and be, well, you've gotten on board with what this man wanted, and now you're his wife and you're having his kids, and he's cheating on you, and you're exhausted because he doesn't even know how to share the mental load. We need to correct how we see. Okay, so here's what's happening, and this is one of the main reasons that women are.
So what did you guys think about that? Sound familiar? Center yourself always. Traditional means male centered. Modern means you centered. Update your operating system. Please do it. Your mission here is not to be in some romantic relationship with a male human being. It's not. It's never have been. That has never been the goal. That has never been the what I say, the end game, the goal. That has never been it. That has never been it. You are socialized and conditioned to desire that thing. That is why I ask women to sit down and ask themselves, why do they desire the things that they desire? Who taught you that? Who taught you that? Who taught you that? Who taught you that? Who taught you to take on a boy's interest? And how many of you, as a teenager, started dating, which I don't think teenagers should be dating, but that's my thing. I feel like platonic relationships should be the focus of these things. But we have experiences and that's life. Okay. We can't do nothing about it. But I feel like we should encourage more. We don't want boys to look at girls that they can only be in romantic relationships with them. I tell my sons that the relationships they have with your daughters will last longer if they are platonic. That's what I'm telling my sons. You will have longer relationships with women if you maintain platonic relationships with them. You don't want nothing from them. They don't want nothing but from you, but friendship. And that friendship can be compassion. Intimacy doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be sexual. It does not. You can have lifelong friendships with your platonic friends. How many times have you broke up with somebody and you don't even talk to them? Because a lot of people think when they break up, they got to break up and it has to be like destructive, right? They have to burn the town down. And so you can never talk to that person again. That doesn't make sense, right? Most of them, the majority of them do not deserve access to you. That is the reason why they tell you to get married for love and romance. Because the truth of the matter is that business arrangement that you're about to enter into, because you need a license to do it, that business arrangement that you're about to enter into, you probably would never go into business with this man if it meant running a real functional business like the business of marriage. A lot of y'all would not put that man at the helm of your business. You wouldn't. But the society tells you to put him at the helm of the business of your marriage and him be the leader while you be the maid, the mattress, the mule, everything. You do everything. And then you slap his motherfucking name on it, girl.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really.
It's upside down. It does not make sense. When you actually come out of it and stop participating in it, you're like, oh my God. Somebody in the comments said, yeah, menopause is great because that's when your vision starts to change. And them hormones die down a little bit and you really start to see things. Ironically, even though you getting some readers and some bifocals, girl, some transition, what do they call them? Progressives. You are able to see clearly now that all this shit is upside down. It's literally like Stranger Things. You walk into it and it's dark, upside down. The damn trees is coming out of the sky. Clouds on the floor, girl. Like, what the fuck is going on in here? What is this? Yes, you are in the Matrix. Yes, where everything is contradictory and upside down. And you as a woman, they're going to blame you for everything. You can't win and you are expected to give them your body in return for whatever they give you. I heard some woman on the internet yesterday talking about, even if my husband is mad at me, I'm going to still put him in my mouth because he pays all the bills. That sounds like hoeing to me. That's the first thing I thought of when she said, I don't care if I am mad at him. I'm still going to put him in my mouth because he pays all the bills. And the first thing I said, that sounds like hoeing to me. It does. Because you just put sex and money in the same box together. You just made it seem like a transaction. I'm going to put his cock in my mouth because he pays all the bills. Thank God for the sex worker. She don't have to deal with his ass when it's over with. You got to stay with that nigga after he done pumped you twice. And you didn't get your orgasm. You got to go get in there with the shower head and the little rose and the tulips and daisies and shit and marigolds and shit down there. Girl, don't get me started. Let me read some of these comments. Well said. I would add that many women are dating men who don't like them. Yes, that's another truth that you are going to have to come in, accept. You're going to have to come into the awareness that under a system of patriarchy, men do not like women. If you are dealing with any man who thinks that he is above you because there is a hierarchy in the patriarchy, and because he's a man, he's above you, you have to remove that man and woman who believe that. If you are around women who think that they came from a man's rib when that is biologically impossible, they are literally living in a fantastical world of upside down, contradictory illusion that a man is in a hierarchy above them. Get those men and women away from you. That's how you weed a motherfucker out. Do you think a woman came from a man? Do you think a woman came? Do you think a woman is here to be a man's helpmate? Do you? Okay, well, I don't need to be around you. I'm good. Do you think that girl, you got to ask the people the questions. You really got to, that's how you vet. Are you an ally to women? How do you feel about trans women? Do you feel trans women are women? Those are the questions that you got to ask. What do you think about abortion? How do you feel about abortion? I have a friend, a male, straight male friend. Yeah, shocker. One. Okay. One. Everybody else is gay. All the other men are gay. Let me think. Yeah, everybody else is gay. All the other men. I'm trying to think. Yeah, everybody else is gay. One straight male friend. And he says he doesn't necessarily agree with abortion, but that's not his choice to make. That's how he says it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it's not my choice to make. That's it. Period. It's not his choice to make. So whether you agree, bitch, or not, whether you agree or not, that's not your choice to make. And if you think somebody should be over that decision, you need to get away from me. That's how you weed these miracles out. You have to come to the acceptance that under a system of patriarchy, men just don't see women as humans. They see you as a resource, literally see you as a motherfucking resource. And you could see it in relationships when women, they look completely different in relationships because they're being used as a resource in exchange for room and board, a kiss here or there, a 3-minute session of fucking. Yeah, that's what's happening, girl. Just to say,
I mean, you had a lot to say to my husband.
what do you say to my husband? What do you say to my husband? That's what you can say, my husband. This is what I said in the comments. Everything in the Matrix is backwards, contradictory, and upside down. Compulsory heterosexuality is real. And if you don't know what compulsory heterosexuality is, or CompHet, you will hear that. Shout out to Invincible Summer. She is like, she literally asked me, have you ever heard of this? And when I went searching, I was just like, it was like, bing, 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 bing. She just asked me, have you ever heard of compulsory heterosexuality? That's all she asked me. And I went on the search and I was like, yes, this is, look it up, do your own research, right? Because you think for yourself. So you go and look it up so that you can come up with your own assessment of it.
So for anybody who's unfamiliar, CompHet, compulsory heterosexuality, is essentially the idea that being straight, a cisgendered man who is attracted to cisgender women, that's it. That's the norm. That's the default. That's what is expected of all of us. So we kind of build our lives from that model, whether or not it fits. So explaining that to somebody who has no knowledge of the queer community, I wonder if you could find something that has nothing to do with sexuality that maybe this person would relate to. So, for example, maybe this person's parents are both lawyers, and so they really want this person to be a lawyer, but they decided instead they want to be an artist. You becoming a lawyer, that's your CompHet. And you had to actively search within yourself to discover, wait a minute, I don't actually want to be a lawyer. That actually doesn't fit me. I'm this other thing that was actually never taught to me.
Compulsory heterosexuality is real. That's why you hear those women talking about, I hate that I'm attracted to men. Right? Didn't that woman say, you come into this system and you're socialized, right? Everything is feeding you this idea. Even little lesbian girls, right? When they're in middle school and stuff like that, little gay boys, they really have, like, they see everybody else operating, right, according to the way that they're being programmed. And this is where they have that conflict, right? They see everyone operating how they're supposed to under this system, and how they're supposed to move towards, and little girls are supposed to think that little boys are cute and attractive, and little boys are supposed to think that little girls are cute and attractive. And so everybody is now acting according to what's going on in their household, what they're seeing on TV, what they're hearing in music, what they're reading in books. And all of this is geared towards this heterosexual agenda, right? Because the wild part is, when you say that things are making kids gay, then why didn't all their life, when all they saw was heterosexuality on TV, why didn't they turn those kids heterosexual? Why didn't this constant heterosexual messaging that comes from everywhere, how come all of these gay and lesbian kids exist? How come their minds weren't switched by seeing all the heterosexuality on TV, the way that y'all claim that seeing two men kiss on TV is going to change a bunch of people? Huh? So those kids have like a conflict in themselves. And so guess what they try to do? They try to be in relationships that look like what they see. And it keeps failing, because guess what? They gay, they queer, right? And then you get the girls who are like, I don't even know why I'm attracted to y'all. And y'all keep doing this to me, like keep harming me, keep wounding me. And then you like literally, then the crazy part of it is the girls think that they have to act on their attraction. You can think a man is attractive, but don't you realize how they're socialized? They're not socialized to have healthy relationships with women long term. They're not. They're not. As long as you're a resource to them, then they are going to utilize that resource. And as long as you've been socialized to believe that you are a resource for them, they will use you up. That's why the women be looking crazy when they come out of relationships, because you've literally been siphoned just constantly. But then also look at the state of the world. And look what the patriarchy is doing to Mother Earth. Look at how they're sticking things in Mother Earth and trying to extract from her and just take her resources and then oppress people while they just extract from Mother. Come on. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. But it's not until you step out of it and say, you know what? Oh, girl, I've been participating in this shit. This shit isn't even designed for me. I'm here for something completely different. And a lot of women get thrown off their paths. That's why they get upset after they've made you mothers and you still continue on that path. That's why we say, I even said it, Cardi B comes to my head right away. She got pregnant. Oh my God, girl, you are at the beginning of your career. How could you fuck up yourself, your career, by getting pregnant, right? That's in our head. Like, oh my God, her life is going to be messed up because that's it. She's giving all of her attention to these kids and this man. And now her life path is, she has to wait. And now she got to wait until the kids get up. Now she got. That's why they can't stand to see when a woman is multidimensional and she's doing that mom thing. And oftentimes she's doing the mom thing by herself a lot of the times. And she's still achieving. They hate to see it. Because how come you didn't become a mother? How come your entire identity didn't become a mother? How come that didn't happen? How come you stayed on your path? How come you kept your identity as a woman before you were anything? A girl, you were a girl, you were a woman growing into a woman before they gave you anything. They even told you you were a woman, right? That's your social identity. Woman is a social identity, right? So you come here and you're like, oh my God, this is what I have to do. That's why the queer kids have so much conflict, because it's like they're operating under a system, even when they decide, like, okay, this is it. I am attracted to boys. I am attracted to girls. But then, even in the way that they relate to each other, they still are operating under a template of heterosexuality, heteronormativity, right? It's all a act. It literally is all, and then like you're practicing how to do these things. When girl, I guess there's no other way to do it. I hate to see lesbians get down on one knee to propose. I hate to see it. Where the fuck did you get that from? Why are you doing that? That is not, but y'all better figure out a different way to propose. Stop that one knee shit. Do you know where that came from? That's not, no, no. Girl, when I tell you I hate to see lesbians getting on one knee proposing to each other, I hate it. I hate it. Because I know they're only doing it because that's all they know how to do. I'm only doing what I see everybody else doing. This is how I'm supposed to propose. You come down here and you're told that you're attracted to a particular species, but that species is socialized to only see you differently. Your boys and girls are given different messages from the beginning. Different messages. Little girls are taught to run towards boys, and they're taught to run away, right? This push and pull that is constantly happening. But then they're also, while you're running towards them, they're also put on a pedestal to legitimize your relationship. So here you are, you just running and running and running, and they just running away, running away. They treat you like whatever. And then at the end of it, they're like, oh, well, I might as well marry you. I put you through all this stuff. You're the gift after all of this? I don't want it. I'm gonna cry. I don't want it. Let me go back to the comments. I said compulsory heterosexuality is real. The fact that we are even socialized to partner with them while they are our apex predator is mad. I truly believe the male and female are only to come together to procreate. Every other social structure that centers man is a trap for cishet women, transhet women, and gay cis men. Ladies, the truth is most men do not deserve access to you. And remember, your validation is internal. It should never come from a fickle cis male heterosexual human. It should not. It should not. Your validation, and from the beginning, if you have little girls around you and you see them centering boys, cut that shit out. Pull the little girl to the side, tell her, give her some age appropriate information. Make sure your daughters, even if they are lesbians and you see them like becoming not obsessed, but like taking on their interests. No, centering the other person. No, 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 no. We don't do that. That's how you stop it. When you see it, you don't let they just have to just put something in their ear. They're gonna do what they want to do, right? We're on this path. I always say it's a video game. We're on this path. And when we get to the next level, there's gonna be people there, right? Like me, whoever. There are gonna be people there telling you, on this level, girl, this is what you need for this level. Here are the tools that you need. Make your own. You're gonna make your own choice. You know those video games where you make a choice, right? The stories, and you make a choice, and based on your choice, it tells you how your relationships are gonna change. Don't you love that? I love that. I love those video games. They tell you how the relationship, based on your choice, it'll tell you how your relationship changed with other characters based on a choice, not in that don't have nothing to do with them, but just based on a choice, it changes how you relate to these other people. So you have all these tools. You get the little screen that comes up, and you read this note. You get a little book all about love. You get another book. Somebody tells you got all these little tools in your backpack, right? Dora the Explorer, girl. You down there with your backpack, hey, backpack, and you giving a map. If you don't listen to the people who have already been on the level before you, you're going to make some mistakes. And you're going to have to sit in that for a second and understand, okay, this is a mistake. And that's the one thing when you first go to therapy, my therapist, first thing she told me, forgive yourself. Because you feel like you've been duped, right? You feel like you've been duped. Yes, because it is a dupe. Girl, this shit is fake. It is. And you're down here for you to self-actualize, not to be somebody's helpmate. Yes, you are in community, but no, we're not being maids. We're not being mules and mattresses. We're not. And as soon as you get a hint of a motherfucker who thinks he's better than you because he has a dick,
who are these niggas?
you got to cut that nigga off. I don't care what, there's no way around that thinking. And if he needs to come to that realization, you don't need to be in relationship while he learns that. Right? Like this guy said. Here's another clip that I saved. And this guy said, "You're not gay. You just don't like women." Right? Listen.
You don't like women. Men hear that and they think, "Oh, you think I'm gay?" That's not what I'm saying, my nigga. I don't think that you're gay. I think you're a horrible person most of the time, but I don't think you're gay. What I think is, if you only see women as things that you can have sex with or things that you can be in romantic proximity to, don't think of women as real people, and you don't like them. Because when I started to ask, and so I started to ask some questions, and I'm like, do you have any female friends, any women that are your homegirls? She's like, nah. I was like, okay, why? Because I don't got time for that. It's just a waste of time. It's okay. So you only. But you have male friends. I said, okay. So you have male friends. Yes. Okay. Why are they not a waste of time? Well, we have similar interests. And I said, there's no women with your interest. He said, no. Well, I said, okay. I love when they get to stuttering and you just like let them make it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna move on to the next question because you finna piss me off. So I keep asking him questions and we end up in this like loop where I'm going, you don't like women. He's like, no, I love women. I said, I'm no, not calling you gay. You love having sex with women. Mm-hmm. And I had to explain to him, I'm like, I'm not saying.
And they're only having sex with women because, back to his original thought, he doesn't want to appear gay.
You're gay. I'm not saying that you're in love with men. What I'm saying is you do not like, you do not respect, you do not believe that women are full, whole people. You think that they are only good for producing children, being in romantic proximity to, and sleeping with. That is how you view women.
What I say? Free labor and DNA duplication.
And I think that is despicable.
I do
think
too.
That you exhibit despicable, horrible behaviors. Now, I don't know if you're a despicable, horrible person right now because I don't know you. And all I know is the things that we're discussing here. But what I can tell you is I wouldn't leave you around none of my homegirls. And because I wouldn't leave you around none of my homegirls, you can't be my homeboy. Yeah. It's not going to work, big dog. I think Period. And that is what we mean when we say protect Black women. Don't like women.
It does not mean to be in relationship with Black women. I think that's what there's so much that there's this like constant talk, like this constant like Black family, Black family, Black family. No, leave folks alone. You see a good man, leave his ass alone, girl. Let him go self-actualize. Let him have life experience. Let him be on the path that he was put down here for. You do the same. You too. You do the same. Stop waiting around for a motherfucker to choose you, girl. Choose yourself. When I tell you to walk past the mirror and choose your goddamn self, I promise you, it's just more fulfilling. Like, I feel like that's where the nutrients come from. I feel like these niggas is fast food on some real shit, right? It's gratification for a little while, but then there's real no nutritional value there. None at all. None at all. And this has been a conversation for generations, girl. This is not new. Women have always been trying to tell women to center themselves, some more quietly than others, but thank God for social media. I want the girls who knew on the day that they got married that they made a mistake and went through with it anyway. Why? Because social pressures. I don't want to make it. I don't want to embarrass him. I don't, whatever you did it for. I need for women to come to the front. I knew on the day I was getting married that I fucked up. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Some of the comments, and that's why my eye twitches when men say female instead of women. Subconsciously, they don't see women as full beings. Exactly. Like what is a female plug, right? What is a female when you it's females? That's like female is just like a descriptor of the capability of something going inside of it. Literally. Literally. And it's like you think about a female plugs, literally wires, female wires. Like you think about the things. And when you just say female, you are literally just reducing her down to her ability to have something put inside of her. That's it. That's why everybody, I remember it took a while for people to get on board with being averted to the word or a woman being described as a female. And listening to the when men call women females, I always said that it is a way to call a woman a bitch in company, is refer to her ass as a female because he really wants to say bitch. Yeah, these females. And listen, when they call you female, the tone. Listen to the context in which they call you a female. It's never nothing loving. It's never anything about love and respect and honor. Listen to when they call you a female. And then when you hear women saying the same thing, calling women females, you know where she is in her journey. She's not there yet. Definitely. If a woman is still running around here calling women females, girl, yeah, she's not there yet. We're updating our operating system every day. Some will update it on the day that it's delivered to you. Some gonna update it a little later. They'll update it, but they'll get to it. Eventually, that when the shit starts malfunctioning, the shit starts slowing down and buffering, girl. Y'all be buffering on hope, waiting for these niggas to get it together. They ain't never gonna get it together. His daddy didn't get it together. His granddaddy didn't get it together. His great granddaddy didn't get it together. And he was probably married to a 12-year-old. Girl, don't get me fucking started. It's been going on for generations. And the girls are realizing, you know what? I actually don't need this, right? I actually don't need this. What I thought I needed, what I thought, why I wanted to mimic what I thought that other groups of women were getting. And now other groups of women are coming to the front and talking, and you're like, oh, girl, they're all the same. They just got different spices. And you hope the one that you chose hasn't leaned into his socialization. You hope that he's on the side of seeing women as full human beings, understanding that he is not over you because he has a penis. Those men, and just because, and if you come in contact with those men, doesn't mean that it's time for you to partner with him. He's a good man. Let him be good. Be good over there. Go self-actualize, nigga. Go. Please, hurry. Go. Go. Hurry. And honestly, and I just in my head, it came, and y'all raise the children. You don't need men to raise boys. You don't. Because if those men have leaned into their socialization, all they're going to do is give your boys growing into men the same foolishness. That's why I'm always amazed at when younger men, like in a different generation, are saying the same things that men in previous generations have said. And it's just like they're literally saying the same thing to women. They're literally using the same exact tactics. And the girls are now sharing the plans. They're sharing the plays. Know that their playbook is old and dusty, and it won't update. It's not going to update. It's not going to update. But while you remain in this system, girl, you have to update. or they don't have plans for you in a patriarchy. They don't. I hate to hear women say, oh, the patriarchy is good. No, it's not. Father time ends. Mother renews and restores, period. But in this system, they have removed the mother in so many aspects of everything, but then blame the mother for everything. I hate to hear men say, oh, men created this world. Nigga, you wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for a woman. Shut up. You have nothing to say. You have nothing to say. And what your idea of culture and community, those ideas, the way medicine works, those ideas came from women, period. Nobody can tell me nothing about it. Women. And then the men decided they didn't want to cooperate anymore. And here we are. The only way people are going to work together is through collaboration and cooperation. That's the only way you're going to work. Men in a patriarchy don't work like that. They want to dominate and control and have you be submissive. Nothing like that is sustainable. It does not last. It won't last. It cannot last. It won't. Why is being gay always treated like the worst thing someone could be? Because in a system of patriarchy where, here's the guidelines: white, male, and then within people of color, you have colorism: white, male, heterosexual, Christian, thin, and able body. That's it. That's what you have to look like. Anything outside of that, we have a problem with you. We have a problem with you, anything outside of that. So what do men do all the time? What was Terrence Howard doing the other day? Upholding the tenet of heterosexuality. Upholding that. Saying that if a man, what did he say? He would rip his lips off. What did he say? I would rip my lips off if a man put his lips on me. Girl, shut the fuck up. You didn't put your lips on things worse, I'm sure, than another man's lips, girl. With your scarf and hat, Terrence. Everybody thought you was queer, girl. So that's why he has to uphold his heterosexuality and say things that sound like that. Men kill men for calling them gay. What are they doing in that moment? Upholding a tenet under the system of patriarchy, heterosexuality. I will kill you over my sexuality. I will kill you if somebody finds out I'm having sex with another man, because I'm upholding heterosexuality. That's why. That's why. In the video, the guy questions how other men views women, but keeps saying, I'm not calling you gay. Like that would be an ultimate insult. Yes, because y'all use somebody being gay as an insult. Look at Chingy. Look at Chingy. He had a rumor start, a rumor, girl, and even he couldn't even recover, even when we found out that it wasn't true. He can't recover. Why? Because his own community is transphobic and homophobic, because they're upholding the idea that a cis man is the top notch everything, and then add his identity, his racial identity, where you're taught to worship these men. And then all of a sudden they come out, oh, boss man D-Lo, oh, I'ma still listen to his music. Why wouldn't you not listen to his music? Why? Who cares? No, but you, in your mind, you need to uphold the idea of heterosexuality. You have to. That right there is the problem. Being gay isn't a punchline or something shameful. That mindset needs to go. That's why when I'm down here with my harsh criticisms of men and how they show up in society, they say you're a lesbian. Because what else is it? What else? If I have a critique of men and women will come into these comments and say that I am a lesbian. You must be a lesbian. You're a lesbian. You have critiques of men. You don't worship men. Girl, you must be a lesbian. You don't worship dick. You must be a lesbian. Because that's how they see women, right? For sex, period. So if You have, if I say you don't like women, you're gonna be like, I'm not gay. No, 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 nigga. I'm not saying that you gay. I'm saying you don't like women. And they can't put it in their head, because in their head, if you don't like, you must like the other. You can't critique me. I'm a man in the system. What are you talking about? I am perfect. A man is just going to be a man. And if I have any flaws, you are to blame for them, okay? Your mama is to blame for all your flaws, isn't she? Isn't she? Why? Because the daddy wasn't there. He don't get blamed for nothing because the motherfucker wasn't even there. But we ain't gonna talk about him. We're gonna call these women single mothers because they don't have men next to them, right? We're gonna call them single mothers and say that they're the bane of the community, right? They're the bane. They're the reason why, right? This other guy the other day, he was talking about how the boys are in the comments trying to perform for other boys. And then he went on to say that the biological fathers are harming the children around them. Then he went on to say these boys are weak because they was raised by their mamas and their grandmothers. And then said we need to get boys around better men. Girl, I thought you just said the biological fathers harm the children. So what the fuck are you? How could you blame a woman and the grandmother and the women in the family for raising kids on their own when you just got finished saying that the men are the motherfucking problem? But nobody ever talks about them. You know why? Because we're in a system of patriarchy. And when all else fails, what class? Blame a woman. But I'm here to tell you, no, you're not to blame, girl, and you're not crazy, and it's not you, girl. But I'm here to also tell you to center yourself. Center yourself. They should be, when I tell you in the pie chart of your life, men should be the smallest sliver on your little pie chart. It's so small, can't even fit a number in it. It has to have a little arrow pointing to it to tell you what the percentage is. That's how small it should be. Everything else, you first, your health, your career, or you getting out of your career, or doing things you love, your hobbies, your other girlfriends, your traveling, your certifications, whatever class you want to take, whatever course you want to take. Oh, I'm interested in herbalism. Let me go take a course in herbalism. Whatever you want to do, girl. That's what you do. That's what you focus on. And if a motherfucker comes in your proximity, you're like, oh, okay, he's kind of cute. What you talking about? Are you an ally to women? That's the first question. That's the first question. Do you think a man is higher than a woman in a hierarchy? And then he's probably going to lie, because cisgender heterosexual men are taught to relate to women and taught to approach women with deception. So he's going to lie and say, yeah, I see, I'm an ally to women. But then you're going to watch his actions. The first motherfucking pink flag, bitch, he's out of there. And you don't even get a chance to turn red. Out of there. Move his ass around, period. Go back to your knitting class that you have on Tuesdays, or your sip and see with your friends. Or not sip and see. What's the other thing? When you paint, sip and stroke. You know what I'm saying? Sip and stroke, bitch. That's the kind of sipping and stroking you need to do down there with your friends, drinking wine and painting pictures, girl. Your trips, everything. That should be your focus. Your children, if you have any. If you don't, and nothing wrong with not having children. Nothing wrong with it. If you don't want children, good. Good. Because the motherfucker doesn't deserve to have, the motherfucker you was thinking about having sex with and having a baby with, he don't deserve no motherfucking kids. Period. So you already eliminated that. Girl, focus on yourself. I promise you, that's the best reward. I'm telling you, you as much as anyone in this entire universe deserves your love and affection first. Nobody else. You first. You first, always you first. Period. That's it. That's all I got to say. Okay, I got to go. Take care of each other, protect your energy. What do we talk about, girl? Whatever. Let's get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Clip the video, timestamp the video. You know what to do. Like the video. Thank you for liking the video. Shout out to the new subscribers. Yes. We down here shaking shoulders and unwinding eyes, girl. Because the girls be like, do 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 do. No, girl, we shaking your shoulders. There was a girl in the comments yesterday talking about she liked Chris Brown. What was her name? Ancient Soul. Shout out to you. You knew. She said, I like Chris Brown. I'm gonna get help. I said, girl, I'm gonna shake your shoulders. This is what I mean when I say shake your shoulders. She'd be like, wake up. Wake the fuck up. Maxine's sniffing around town, girl. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, y'all, so I gotta go. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.
How is the black man under attack if the black man is the one doing the attacking? How is the black man under attack if the black man is doing the attacking? How is the black man under attack?